Hello, and welcome to Read Us a Story. What shall we read today? How about Peppa Pig? Peppa goes to a wedding. Madame Gazelle has some exciting news. Mr. Bull and Mrs. Cow are getting married.
What happens when people get married?
Asks Peppa.
There's a big party called a wedding, says Mandy Mouse. The people promise to love each other forever. Say, I do, and kiss. Yuck,
says George. Mrs. Cow has come to ask Peppa to be her bridesmaid.
Ooh, yes, please,
squeals Peppa.
But, what's that?
It means you'll be my special helper for the day, explains Mrs. Cow. Soon the wedding day arrives, but things have started to go a little wrong. First, George accidentally sits on the cake when nobody is looking. Next, Mrs. Cow puts on her wedding dress, and it has lots of big holes in it. Oh, Mrs. Cow starts to cry.
You look like a piece of cheese,
says Peppa, helpfully. Mummy Pig gasps.
It must have been cut at the dress shop.
It's okay. These are happy tears, says Mrs. Cow. I love cheese. It's the best dress ever. Mrs. Cow and Mr. Bull haven't planned anything for the wedding, so Madame Gazelle has been in a frenzy getting everything ready for the special day. Miss Rabbit is even flying Mrs. Cow to the wedding in her helicopter.
Thanks for the lift, Miss Rabbit, says Peppa.
The guests gather together for the ceremony. Do you promise to love and care for each other forever? Says Madame Gazelle.
I do,
says Mr. Bull. I do, says Mrs. Cow. Daddy Pig give the rings to the bride and groom.
When they put rings on, that means they're married,
Peppa tells Susie Sheep.
I'm a bridesmaid, so I know a lot about weddings.
Mr. and Mrs. Cow, Mr. Bull and Mrs. Cow are now married. They share a big kiss. Woo! Hooray! Ow! Yeah! Woo! I voted birds! Woo! Next, they cut the wedding cake. But it's been squashed.
It looks like the earth are dig at work,
says Mr. Bull excitedly.
It's the best wedding cake ever! It's time for the party,
Mr. Bull announces.
And what lovely weather we have for it.
Suddenly, there is a flash of lightning and a boom of thunder. Then it starts to pour with rain.
Hooray!
Cheers Peppa.
Now we can jump up and down in muddy puddles.
The band start to play, and everyone dances and splashes about in the mud.
This is the best wedding ever,
says Peppa. Peppa loves muddy puddle weddings. Everyone loves muddy puddle weddings. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, and that was Peppa Goes to a Wedding, and I still hope you enjoyed that. And if you did enjoy it, you could hit the like button, and remember, you can always subscribe to the channel at Read Us a Story. Thanks. Bye! Hello, and welcome to Read Us a Story. What shall we read today? How about Peppa Pig? Peppa the Unicorn. Peppa the Unicorn. One lovely sunny day, Peppa and her friends were having lots of fun playing in a giant muddy puddle.
Look, said Peppa, there's a rainbow in the puddle. It must be...
Magic!
shouted Petrol Pony.
We're jumping in a magic muddy puddle. Oh, we'll have to make a wish,
said Molly Mole. Peppa thought hard.
I wish. Ooh, I wish. Squeak! Don't tell us your wish, Peppa,
said Susie Sheep.
If you do, it won't come true. Squeak!
Peppa whispered it wish very quietly to herself.
I wish I could be a magical unicorn.
Peppa had always wanted to be a magical unicorn. All Peppa's friends thought hard and made their wishes too. Peppa was very excited when she got home. She really wanted to tell Mummy and Daddy Pig about her wish. Then she remembered what Susie told her.
Maybe I could just tell Teddy,
she said to herself. So once George was asleep and Mummy and Daddy Pig had said goodnight, Peppa whispered her wish to Teddy.
Today I made a wish that I could be a magical unicorn. Teddy,
said Peppa. That night, while Peppa was asleep, Mummy Pig tiptoed into Peppa's room very quietly. She put a unicorn horn on Peppa's head and then tiptoed back out again. Tiptoe, 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 tiptoe. In the morning, Peppa came downstairs with Mummy Pig, Daddy Pig, and George were in the kitchen.
Good morning, Mummy Pig,
said Daddy Pig.
Good morning! Oh, Peppa the unicorn!
Daddy,
said Peppa, giggling.
I'm not a unicorn. I just really like unicorns.
I think you need to take a look in the mirror, Peppa, said Mummy Pig. Peppa went to see.
I am a magical unicorn,
cried Peppa, seeing her reflection.
My wish came true.
George giggled.
Unicorn! Unicorn!
Peppa told everyone about her wish.
I didn't actually think I could be a unicorn,
she said. You can be anything you wish to be, Peppa, replied Mummy Pig.
Dinosaur!
Grrr, said George. Yes, George, said Mummy Pig. You can be a dinosaur if you wish.
What do unicorns and dinosaurs like for breakfast?
asked Daddy Pig when they were back in the kitchen.
Pancakes,
said Peppa the unicorn.
with fruit rainbows, please.
Grrr, roared George the dinosaur.
I see, said Daddy Pig. Fruit rainbow, roaring pancakes coming up.
Peppa and George giggled. So, how do unicorns get to playgroup? Mummy Pig asked after breakfast. Do they take the bus, drive, walk, unicorn scooter?
No, Mummy,
said Peppa.
unicorns fly.
Of course they do, said Mummy Pig.
Whee!
And George goes stomp, stomp, stomp. While Peppa the unicorn flew, George the dinosaur stomped all the way to playgroup.
I love being a unicorn,
Peppa cheered.
I want to be a unicorn forever.
Grrr, stomp. When they arrived at playgroup, Madame Gazelle answered the door. Oh, hello, Peppa the unicorn, she said. And hello, George the dinosaur. Madame Gazelle didn't seem at all surprised that Peppa was a unicorn and George was a dinosaur. When Peppa and her family got inside, they discovered why. all Peppa's playgroup friends looked a bit different. Peppa saw that their magical muddy puddle wishes had come true too. "It seems that we have a few new friends joining us today," said Madame Gazelle. "I would like everyone to introduce themselves. Peppa, you may start."
Hello, said Peppa. My name is Peppa the Unicorn. I love rainbows, magic, and flying all day with my friends.
Everyone took it in turns to introduce themselves. Molly was a magical ballerina. Mandy was a magical shark. Snap, snap. Susie was a magical octopus. Candy was a magical witch. Pedro was a magical magician. Abracadabra. Rebecca was a magical mermaid.
Can mermaids eat carrots?
Zoe was a magical princess. Gerald was a magical star. Grrr! And George was a dinosaur. "Now, children," began Madame Gazelle, "as there seems to be lots of magic in the air, you can all go on a magical adventure in the playground."
Hooray!
Everyone cheered. Peppa the Unicorn and her magical friends zoomed around and around and around non-stop. They all loved magical adventure playtime. Later on, Daddy Pig came to pick up Peppa and George.
"So, how do unicorns get home from playgroup?" he asked. "Wait, don't tell me. They fly."
Peppa the Unicorn was very tired.
Actually, Daddy,
she said, yawning,
I think unicorns normally get a lift home. Dinosaur.
said George the dinosaur, yawning.
"Oh, I see," said Daddy Pig. "Well then, you'd better hop on."
Daddy Pig carried the unicorn and the dinosaur all the way home. After dinner, Peppa the unicorn and George the dinosaur got ready for bed.
I love being a unicorn and having magical adventures, said Peppa, but flying was very tiring. Tomorrow, I think I want to be me.
You can be whatever you want to be, Peppa, said Mummy Pig, taking off Peppa's horn.
"That's right,"
added Daddy Pig.
"Today you are a magical unicorn, but tomorrow you can be magical you."
Dinosaur? Grrr!
roared George the dinosaur. Don't worry, George, said Mummy Pig. You can be a dinosaur again tomorrow. Everyone laughed. Peppa loves being Peppa the Unicorn. Everyone loves Peppa the Unicorn. And that was Peppa the Unicorn! Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, be sure and like the video, and remember, you can always subscribe to the channel at Read Us a Story. Thanks. Bye! Hello, and welcome to Read Us a Story. What shall we read today? How about Peppa Pig, Peppa's Grand Easter Egg Hunt, a Lift the Flap picture book. Peppa's Grand Easter Egg Hunt. It was a beautiful Easter morning, and Peppa and her family were taking a walk in the park.
I love springtime, said Peppa. There are so many tweeting birds and bright flowers. Spring! Spring!
said George, hopping around in excitement. Peppa and George were looking forward to the Grand Egg Hunt. Suddenly, Peppa heard a noise coming from some bushes. What could it be? What could it be? Look, who is it? Oh!
Miss Rabbit!
Peppa gasped.
Are you the Easter Bunny?
What do we think? She does every other job. Miss Rabbit chuckled.
No, Peppa, I'm not the Easter Bunny, but he is very busy this year, so I'm helping him set up the grand egg hunt. Ooh, said Peppa. That sounds fun. Fun and busy, Miss Rabbit replied. I still need to hide all these eggs. Oh, can we help? Asked Peppa. Please? You can, said Miss Rabbit. You'll all make excellent Easter bunnies in training.
We will?
Asked Mummy and Daddy Pig.
Yes, said
Miss Rabbit.
I have everything you need right here.
Ooh, let's open up our basket, see what we've got.
Bunny ears!
Ooh! Cheered Peppa. The Easter bunnies in training were ready to go. First, they headed to the playground.
Easter egg hunts are a bit like playing hide and seek, said Peppa. To make it an amazing egg hunt, we need to find really good hiding places.
How about here? Mummy Pig asked, popping an egg down in the grass.
No, Mummy, said Peppa. I can see it. It has to be more hidden.
Everyone looked around for the perfect spots to hide Easter eggs. There's some good ones. Oh, behind this bush. Yes, let's see. There's a good place. Oh, look at these little logs. This one would be perfect. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a cheeky little yellow egg. Woohoo! Oh, and there's one underneath the slide. Any more? Oh, George is on the roundabout.
That's a great hiding spot, George, said Peppa.
The one place people won't look for an egg is up high,
Daddy Pig said. Yes, because you never find birds' nests in trees, Daddy Pig.
Oh, said Peppa, that's clever, Daddy.
Oh, said Daddy Pig. I am a little bit of an expert at hiding things.
While Daddy Pig very carefully hid his egg on a tree branch, Peppa and George found something else. Ribbit, ribbit. A big, muddy, sneezy puddle!
Splish, splash, splash!
Let's hurry, Peppa and George, said Mummy Pig. We still have so many eggs to hide. In town, the shopkeepers were busy putting paper flowers, pastel ribbons and colourful bunting.
It all looks so pretty,
said Peppa. It does, said Mummy Pig, but it will be difficult to hide any eggs here when it's so busy. We'll have to be very sneaky. Then Mummy and Daddy Pig had an extra sneaky idea. First, Daddy Pig went over to Mr. Fox's stall and said,
Oh, hello, Mr. Fox. Are you coming to the grand egg hunt?
Of course,
said Mr. Fox. And while Mr. Fox was busy chatting to Daddy Pig, Mummy Pig hid her egg.
Well done, Mummy and Daddy,
said Peppa. Where's it hiding? Oh. Wait, there's no egg. I see a monkey though. I like monkeys. That's pretty good. Oh, there's an egg. And what's this? What is it? Oh, there's a little squeaky mouse. Squeak, squeak. The Easter bunnies in training had to race all over town to hide the remaining eggs. They visited the museum, the zoo, the library, and the petting farm.
That's the last one,
said Peppa, popping an egg inside the hen house.
Hooray!
Everyone cheered. Let's put it inside the hen house. Makes a difference. putting eggs inside the hen house. When Peppa arrived back at the start of the grand egg hunt, she spotted lots of her friends. They were all dressed up in their Easter bonnets.
Squeak! Hello, Peppa, said Rebecca Rabbit. I like your ears. They're almost as nice as mine.
Thank you, said Peppa, wiggling her bunny ears. George and I are Easter bunnies in training. We help to hide the eggs.
Ooh! Miss Rabbit picked up her megaphone.
It's time for the grand egg hunt to start. Ready? Steady! Hop to it!
Ooh, what have we got hiding here behind all these Easter pails? The grand egg hunt had begun.
We can't tell you where the eggs are, said
Peppa to her friends.
but we can give you little clues. Hee. Oh, warmer. Colder.
What's behind this bush? What's behind this? Oh, look! Peppa's friends, and they've found lots of eggs. Hooray! Soon, everyone had filled their baskets with delicious eggs.
Warmer. Colder. Warmer. Oh, you found it. Oh, look, there's a little egg on a chair. Wow.
Even the adults were having fun searching. I have found 2 eggs, said Madame Gazelle, clapping joyfully. I can't wait to eat them. Mr. Bull grinned and held up an egg.
I found this beauty in a teapot,
he said. I had that one, said Mummy Pig proudly. Then Miss Rabbit blew her whistle. The grand egg hunt was over. Oh, that's behind the microphone. More eggs! Who'd have thunk it? Wow. As everyone gathered around Miss Rabbit, Peppa sighed loudly. What's wrong, Peppa? Asked Mummy Pig. Peppa frowned.
It was lots of fun hiding the eggs today, but because we hid them, I didn't get to find any.
Mummy Pig gave Peppa a hug. Hiding the eggs was an important job, and you did it very well. You've made everyone so happy with your kindness and hard work. Hee.
Yummy chocolate egg. Yummy chocolate egg. Delicious chocolate egg.
Peppa looked at her friends. They all had big chocolatey smiles on their faces, and that made her smile too.
That was an amazing egg hunt, said Miss Rabbit. I'd like to thank our Easter bunnies in training who made it possible. Thank you, Peppa and George. And thank you, Mummy and Daddy, said Peppa. As a reward for your hard work, I've got a very special treat for you.
Miss Rabbit tugged at a sheet to reveal a giant Easter egg for Peppa and George.
This is the best Easter ever! cried Peppa. And you were the best Easter bunnies in training ever,
said Miss Rabbit. Peppa loves the grand egg hunt. Everyone loves the grand egg hunt. And that was Peppa Pig, Peppa's grand Easter egg hunt. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, be sure and like the video. And remember, you can always subscribe to the channel at Read Us a Story. Thanks. Bye! Hello, and welcome to Read Us a Story. What shall we read today? How about Peppa Pig, Daddy Pig's favourite things? Peppa and her friends were at playgroup. Good morning, children, said Madame Gazelle. Today we are going to celebrate someone special in our lives. Hooray!
Are we going to have a party?
Asked Peppa. No, Peppa, said Madame Gazelle, but we are going to make some presents.
Hooray!
Peppa and her friends cheered. First,
choose someone special to you, said Madame Gazelle. Someone like your mommy, daddy, brother, sister, grandparent, carer, or friend. The children thought very carefully. Have you chosen a special someone? Asked Madame Gazelle. Yes! The children cheered. Excellent! Now you are going to make that special someone's favorite thing. Out of newspaper, said Madame Gazelle.
When Madame Gazelle got out all of the craft materials, the children told each other about their special someone's favourite thing.
My mummy's favourite thing is skydiving,
said Mandy Mouse. My daddy's favourite thing is peas and quiet, said Pedro Pony. My brother's favourite thing is knowing things, said Emily Elephant.
Those are all wonderful things, children,
said Madame Gazelle, delighted. The children set to work.
Ruff! My grandpa's favourite thing is sailing,
said Danny Dog.
so I've built him a paper boat.
My friend's favourite thing is building,
said Molly Mole.
so I've made her a paper tree.
My daddy's favourite thing is travelling the world, said Freddy Fox, so I made him a paper aeroplane.
Squeak! My granny's favourite thing is my singing,
said Susie Sheep.
so I've made her a paper tube to make my singing louder.
Who is your present for, Peppa? asked Madame Gazelle.
My daddy,
said Peppa. Is his favourite thing hats? asked Madame Gazelle.
This isn't just a hat, Madame Gazelle,
said Peppa.
it's a magic hat. When my daddy wears it, he can do all his favourite things.
How thoughtful, Peppa, said Madame Gazelle. I am sure he will love it. After playgroup, Peppa gave Daddy Pig his present.
It's a magic hat for the best daddy in the whole world,
She said. Wow, said Daddy Pig.
When you wear it, we can do all of your favourite things,
explained Peppa.
How clever, said Daddy Pig. Thank you, Peppa.
Daddy Pig put on his magic hat and admired himself in the mirror.
So, what favourite thing do you want to do first, Daddy?
asked Peppa.
I would love to go to the playground, please,
said Daddy Pig.
But my playground is my favourite thing,
said Peppa.
Why don't you and George grab your scooters and come with me then,
said Daddy Pig. Everyone had fun together at the playground. Look, there's Freddy Fox and his mummy on the jungle gym. There's Danny Dog climbing up the slide. Oh, there's Peppa.
Look at me!
Whee! And Mummy Pig and George playing in the sand. Peppa ran over to Daddy Pig.
What favourite thing would you like to do next, Daddy?
I would like to go to the dinosaur museum, please,
said Daddy Pig.
But dinosaurs are George's favourite thing,
said Peppa.
Well then, George should definitely come too,
said Daddy Pig, chuckling.
Dinosaur! Grrr!
said George. Everyone had fun at the dinosaur museum. They saw all kinds of fossils and roared at the big T-Rex skeleton.
What favourite thing do you want to do next, Daddy?
said Peppa.
I would love to go for a walk, please,
said Daddy Pig.
But isn't going for a walk Mummy's favourite thing?
said Peppa.
She must come with us then,
said Daddy Pig.
Dinosaur! Grrr!
said George. Everyone had lots of fun on the walk until whoosh! the wind blew Daddy Pig's magic hat right off his head. It flew up, up, up and away and got stuck at the top of a tree. Peppa gasped.
Oh no, Daddy! Your magic hat! Now you can't do your favourite things.
Daddy Pig gulped.
Climbing trees is not one of my favourite things, he said, but we do know someone whose favourite thing is helping to get things down from high places.
Miss Rabbit and her helicopter,
said Peppa. Mummy Pig called Miss Rabbit. Ring, 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 ring. Miss Rabbit says she'll pop by later on and rescue the magic hat, Mummy Pig told Peppa. Then she'll bring it to our house as fast as she can. Peppa, George, Mummy and Daddy Pig went home to make dinner together. When it was ready, they sat down to enjoy it in the early evening sunshine.
I'm sorry about your magic hat, Daddy,
said Peppa.
Why are you sorry?
Asked Daddy Pig.
When you wore it, you did my favourite thing, George's favourite thing and Mummy's favourite thing,
said Peppa.
But you didn't get to do your favourite thing.
Daddy Pig smiled.
But you, George, Mummy Pig, are my favourite things, Peppa,
said Daddy Pig.
The magic hat was a very special gift, but spending time with you is the greatest gift in the whole world.
Besides, said Mummy Pig, I think I hear Miss Rabbit's helicopter now. And with that, Daddy Pig gave Mummy Pig, Peppa and George a great big hug. Daddy Pig loves great big hugs. Everyone loves great big hugs. And that was Peppa Pig, Daddy Pig's favourite things. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, be sure and like the video. And remember, you can always subscribe to the channel at Read Us a Story. Thanks. Bye. Hello and welcome to Read Us a Story. What shall we read today? How about Peppa Pig? Peppa loves unicorns and mermaids. Peppa loves unicorns and mermaids. Cake too, apparently. It was a very exciting day for Peppa and her friends. Penny Polar Bear was having a magical creatures party, and everyone from Playgroup was invited. What are you going to dress up as? Madame Gazelle asked the children. Magical flying aliens! Blobbity blob blob blob! Monster!
Roar! Monster! Grrr!
A magical penguin princess!
Twinkle twinkle!
Magical witches! Hee hee hee!
Peppa and Susie Sheep really wanted to dress up as the same magical creatures.
Unicorns have sparkly horns, they can fly, and they have magical powers,
said Susie.
Mermaids have sparkly tails, they breathe underwater, and they have magical powers too,
said Peppa.
How are we going to choose?
Said Susie.
We need to find out which one is more magical,
said Peppa. Not like Peppa to be competitive.
Madame Gazelle,
said Susie,
which creature is the most magical? Is it unicorns or is it mermaids?
said Peppa. Well, I don't think one creature is more magical than the other, Madame Gazelle replied. Unicorns and mermaids are both very magical. Then Madame Gazelle turned to speak to everyone. Magic is very special, children, she said. You can find magic everywhere. Rebecca Rabbit found a carrot. Squeak! I'm going to dress up as a magical carrot for Penny's party, she said. Oh, lovely, Rebecca, said Madame Gazelle. Everyone giggled. Rebecca loves carrots. When it was time to go inside, Susie and Peppa still weren't sure what to dress up as.
Maybe you're right, and we should dress up as unicorns,
said Peppa.
No, maybe you're right, and we should dress up as mermaids,
said Susie. Ding, ding! The playgroup bell rang. It was time to go home and get dressed up.
Susie will be so happy I'm dressing up as a magical unicorn, said Peppa on her way home. She thinks unicorns are very, very magical creatures.
At home, Peppa was just coming down the stairs when she realised she'd forgotten something.
Oh, my backpack!
She rushed to get it.
Ready now,
she said.
What a lovely unicorn you are,
said Daddy Pig. Meanwhile, Susie was at home getting dressed up too.
Peppa will be so happy I'm a magical mermaid,
she said.
She thinks mermaids are very, very magical creatures.
What a lovely mermaid you are, Susie, said Mummy Sheep. Now, don't forget your backpack.
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, Mummy,
said Susie.
Happy birthday, Penny,
said Peppa when she arrived at the party.
I love your magical penguin princess costume.
Oh, thank you, said Penny. I have some more special magic to show you later. I hope you enjoy my party.
I will,
said Peppa. Then Susie arrived.
Oh, you're a mermaid,
said Peppa.
Oh, and you're a unicorn,
said Susie.
Wait here,
said Peppa.
Back in a moment,
said Susie. Peppa and Susie raced back to each other.
Oh, now you're a unicorn,
said Peppa.
Oh, and you're a mermaid,
said Susie. They had both changed costumes. Suddenly, the two friends had an idea. They went to get changed together. When Peppa and Susie reappeared, they were
mermicorns!
They squealed, delighted with themselves. They had each put on a mixture of their mermaid and unicorn costumes. The two mermicorns and all the other magical creatures had lots of fun at Penny's party. They splashed in the mermaid pool.
Splish, splash, splosh!
They visited the unicorn cafe.
Yummy!
And they rode on the narwhals.
Whee, whoosh, we're flying! Wow!
And now we have some magical music from Madame Gazelles and the Rocking Gazelles, announced Dr. Polar Bear. It was time for some dancing. All the magical creatures danced together. It was lots and lots of fun.
Mermicorns love music,
said Peppa.
And they love dancing.
You don't pay me enough to do the song, okay? Oh! Back on the stage, Madame Gazelle picked up the microphone.
Oh, stay magical, children.
Yeah.
Okay, you get that one for free. And with that, Penny the Penguin Princess pointed her magic wand at the stage. There was a puff of smoke and... ta-da! Madame Gazelle magically disappeared.
Wow, amazing!
Everyone cheered. Madame Gazelle is magical, and so are you, Penny.
Your party is the most magical party ever, Penny. Thank you,
said Peppa.
Thanks, Peppa,
said Penny. Peppa and Susie love being magical mermicorn friends. Everyone loves magical mermicorn friends. Yeah, Look at all these Peppa books. How many of these have you read? What's your favourite one? I love you, Daddy Pig. We gotta love Daddy Pig. Come on, Daddy Pig. He's the best. And Peppa the Unicorn. Is there There's like a mermaid party one as well. There we go. Peppa the Mermaid. Because they ain't recycling ideas, guys. They've got ideas for years. Maybe Marge will become a robot. Right. I hope you enjoyed that. I genuinely had a lot of fun. Lots of fun. And if you had as much fun as I did, remember to like the video. And you can always subscribe to the channel at Read Us a Story. Thanks. Bye.